Today we're here to speak with
Jevon Claire,
the amazing Jevon. He's known as the expert
of professional wrestling.
Today we're going to talk about Ric Flair.
One of my greatest wrestlers. I've been watching wrestling for 25 years.
Can you tell us when Ric Flair began?
Ric Flair began in 1981. He won the NWA title. That's where he started his career great. He held it onto that title for a while, defended it. Then 1983, he had a really good match with Harley Race, and that match was really, really good, and that's when professional wrestling was great.
Do you remember that match?
Yes, I do.
What happened in the match?
It was a great match, and Ric Flair did good. It went back and forth, and Ric Flair won the title, and it was great. And in 1989, he fought Ricky Steamboat. That was a great match. He fought Sting. That was a great match. It went to a 1-hour time limit, and Ric Flair kept the title. And those were really, really good matches. That's when wrestling was really good. And
then the Four Horsemen.
then he made a team called the Four Horsemen: Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, Ole Anderson, and Tully Blanchard. That team was great, and he did really well with that. He had some great feuds with Dusty Rhodes, with all these other good wrestlers, with the Rock and Roll Express. That was very good. With the Russians, Nikita, Ivan, and stuff like that. Those were really good matches.
That was during 1991.
1991.
That was the WWE debut.
He made his WWE debut in 1991, and he won the Royal Rumble, and he was there for 2.5 years, and he did really well, and then he came back to WCW.
1992, he won the...
1992, he won the Royal Rumble, the WWE Royal Rumble, and he did really well. Then he came back to WCW, and he just started his career again. And I met him about 10, 15 times, and he's a really good guy. I had some good conversations with him, have really good pictures with him. He signed some pictures for me. And he was a nice guy.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
First time when I was 21 years old.
Where was that?
That was at the MGM Grand at Halloween Havoc.
Huh.
And I met him at 22, 23, 24, and 25.
All at the MGM?
All at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Huh.
And he remembered me every time. We had good conversations, and he's a really good guy.
Do you remember what he said to you?
He said, "Oh, I remember you, Jevon. I see you at every show." And he says, "If you ever want a picture, just let me know." And we took some pictures together.
We'll have to, for one of our episodes, bring some of the pictures.
In my next episode, I show you some pictures of all these different wrestlers. I met 500 wrestlers in my lifetime.
Wow. When's the last time you saw Ric Flair?
The last time I saw Ric Flair, I haven't seen him. I'm trying to get a hold of him to see if he remembers me, or I'm going to write the WWE to see if they could help me out.
What's he doing now?
He works for WWE, and he's a manager of his daughter. She's the WWE Divas champion. Her name is Charlotte Flair.
Huh. Where does he live?
He lives in North Carolina.
Huh.
And I know his very first manager, her name is Baby Doll. The only manager Ric Flair ever had as a lady.
Huh.
And I met her 2.5 years ago, and we talk on Facebook. We have good conversations, and she lives in North Carolina too.
Huh. Is she still his manager?
No, she's not. She's got older. She retired because everybody has to retire at some time.
Right.
And we had good conversations, and she knows who I am, and she's a really sweet lady, and she's respectful, kind, and we talk every once in a while on Facebook.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
I just say hi and bye, how you doing? And it was her birthday last week. I wished her a happy birthday.
That's pretty nice. Does he have another manager now?
No, he's just he got a deal. It's called the Legends contract. when they need him to manage his daughter, he's when he needs to manage his daughter, he's available.
Huh.
That's what a Legends contract is.
Yeah.
When the WWE needs you, that's what you gotta do.
Do you know what he's interested in outside of wrestling?
He loves football. He loves basketball. I see him on all these sporting events every once in a while.
So he goes to them?
Yeah, he's a North Carolina fan. The football team, he's a fan of the football team.
Huh.
He's from Charlotte, North Carolina. He loves Carolina teams, and I see him at a lot of these events.
That makes sense. Does he have a nice house?
He has a nice house. He's a good man.
And does he have a boat that you know of? Or?
At the time, he had a boat. I don't know if he still has it. He has a couple cars, and he's doing good for 66 years old.
66 years old. Wow.
He's doing good.
Huh. Is he married?
I don't know if he's still married. He had 4 different wives. I don't know if he's still married at the time.
Yeah.
And he has a son and a daughter. He had 2 sons, and one of his sons passed away. I'm sorry what happened. It's just
That's
things
too bad.
happen.
Yeah.
And he's doing good. I see him on TV. He gets a lot of TV time,
Yeah.
and he's a good guy.
Maybe you'll get to see him again.
Hopefully, I will meet him again. I met him a lot of times. Hopefully, he will remember me.
Can you? What's the most interesting thing that happened when you met him in any of those times?
When I met him, he told me, "God, I see you at all these events. I remember who you are."
So he has a good memory.
He has a good memory, and he's respectful, and he's good to people.
Wonderful. Huh.
And if I would talk about a new wrestler or talk about my my wrestling pictures I got.
Yeah.
I met the Big Show. I met quite a lot of people.
Well, it's a good chance Ric Flair will see this
And Ric
video.
Flair, hopefully you see this. I'm 41 now.
Yeah.
And I met you during WCW time when WCW was the best. It's not like it used to be professional wrestling
In what way is that?
because a lot of them passed away. And I miss a lot of them because I met quite a lot of them. Like Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Big Boss Man, Roddy Piper. Ric Flair's one of his good friends is Roddy Piper. I miss him. And all these good guys I miss, and sorry they're gone.
Yeah. Well, time moves on, and
Life goes on.
Are there any
With
great-
new talent like AJ Styles, with Austin Aries, that's new coming stars coming to the WWE, Samoa Joe, people from NXT. People need to watch more of NXT. That's where a lot of the superstars coming from. And I'm done.
okay. Well, stay tuned for the next episode.
Stay
with
tuned for the next episode by Jevon Claire.
the amazing Jevon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.